Hello, Clark here with another Clark speech. In this Clark speech, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite composers, Johann Sebastian Bach. So let's get into it. Johann Sebastian Bach was born in the 1700s and died in the early 1800s. Um, what's amazing about his type of music is by the time he was middle aged or an old man, he died at 65 years old. His music was considered outdated by many people. The reason why is because classical at the time with Mozart, Haydn, and Beethoven were more popular styles at his time. But Bach, here's another interesting fact about Bach, is that he was never famous during his life. Bach wasn't famous because he was so um, concerned with playing organ and writing cantatas for his church, his weekly church duties, that he had no time to promote his own music. He more or less wrote it every single week. So, long story short, Johann Sebastian Bach was a legend, and his you can't talk about Bach without talking about his type of style, which is counterpoint. Counterpoint is when you have multiple melodic lines playing at once, all in harmony. For the average or intermediate composer, beginner composer, this is extremely hard to do. It's something I've mastered over the years, but it took at least 5 to 10 years to really master how to write multiple melodic lines all in harmony. Bach was able to do it with his Mark Passion, or with his Matthew Passion, his Johannes Passion, and his other pieces, which are dramatic representations of Christ's death and resurrection on the cross. Johann Sebastian Bach also was a phenomenal organist, violinist, and he played other instruments too. Not a lot of people know that Bach most likely played some cello, violin, and stringed instruments besides the organ. This is a key to the fact that he was able to write for solo violin and solo cello virtuistically and very hard in the pieces he would write for them. We get the famous cello suite number one, dun 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 dun, that melody, and we get the famous sonata for solo violin, which includes a fugue for all voices on a solo violin, and a revolutionary idea that not even modern composers would attempt. So, a long story short, Johann Sebastian Bach has written 12,024 pieces, more than more than Beethoven and Mozart, and he wrote over 200 cantatas for church choir, which are 4 to 5 movement pieces, making his opus well over 1,000. The middle of his work is organ pieces from about 3 to 4 to 500 BWV, and if you want to look up some of his pieces, I suggest you type in YouTube BWV 1 or BWV 11 or BWV 26, and you'll see that Johann Sebastian Bach was able to write incredible orchestra pieces. So that's all for today. Have a great day from Clark.